Each of the motors on your quad is attached to a propeller. The thrust along each arm of the quad rotor is a function of how fast each motor is spinning. But the thrust also depends on what the properties are of the propeller you're spinning. First off, propellers drive air in a particular direction. They're either a tractor, which pulls air downward through the propeller, or a pusher, which pushes air upwards. Can you guess which of these two configurations the propellers on a quad rotor are typically in? If you guessed tractor, you're correct. The 4 propellers on your quad pull the air downward, driving the vehicle upward. Propellers also have a direction of rotation. In quad rotors, you have 2 counterclockwise rotors and 2 clockwise rotors in order to allow for zero net torque. Propellers also have a radius. Bigger props generally can spin more slowly, so they're quieter and more efficient, but they also take up more room. So you can see that on a quad rotor, given the size of your frame, there's going to be an upper limit on the size of your propellers. Another property for propellers is what's called pitch. If you look at the blades of a propeller, you'll see that they're not flat, but they're twisted out of the plane of rotation. It's that twist that we call the pitch of the propeller. You can think of a propeller as a screw, and if you put the propeller in some kind of soft substance or viscous fluid as you turn the propeller, it's the blades, the twisted blades, that are going to cause the propeller to move forward. Similarly, the pitch of the threads on a screw cause the screw to move forward into some substance like wood. More formally, the pitch is the linear distance that the propeller would move forward as a result of one rotation. So, you can have large pitch props, which are going to move more air per revolution, or you can have low pitch props, which are much flatter and they move less air per revolution. Larger pitch props are generally more efficient, and because they move more air, they're what you want for large motions. But at the same time, they are lower thrust, and so they're not really what you want for hovering a heavy vehicle in the air. On the other hand, props with a low pitch produce more thrust, and thus are better for hovering with a heavy load, but they're also less efficient. So you use up the battery more quickly and end up being able to fly for less time. There do exist quad rotors that have variable pitch propellers that can do low pitch for hover and high pitch for faster forward motion. But variable pitch props are a lot more complicated, and for our purposes here, we'll only be considering fixed pitch propellers, which is what the majority of quad rotors are flying with. So, when you're picking a propeller for a vehicle, you're really thinking about which flight regime you're going to be in, or what mission you want your vehicle to accomplish.